Imagine being so hungry you'd eat bread crawling with bugs, or brew coffee made from acorns and potatoes, or survive for weeks on nothing but rock-hard crackers and rancid pork. This wasn't some dystopian nightmare. This was real life for Civil War soldiers. Desperation forced them to eat things that would make a modern chef shudder. From roasted rats to watermelon syrup, they survived on the most bizarre, shocking, and downright revolting meals in American history. A soldier biting into bug-infested hardtack, a campfire boiling acorn coffee, a crumbling slab of salt pork. But here's the wildest part. Some of these disgusting rations saved their lives. So today, we're uncovering the truth behind the desperate, ingenious, and sometimes horrifying meals that kept an army fighting and a nation alive. Stick around because this isn't just history, it's a survival story you won't believe. The Civil War era was marked by struggle, endurance, and innovation. As the conflict dragged on and supply chains faltered, both soldiers and civilians turned to inventive solutions to stave off hunger. The bizarre and unexpected foods they relied on reveal the depths of human adaptability during scarcity. From squirrel meat to rock-hard hardtack, these unconventional diets underscore the creativity born of necessity. This exploration delves into the most peculiar foods eaten during the war and how they sustained people through one of America's darkest periods. If you're intrigued by these lesser-known tales of survival, subscribe for more fascinating glimpses into the Old West. Rice and molasses rations during the war typically included basics like salted beef, pork, flour, and water, alongside staples such as salt, sugar, coffee, and vinegar. Yet meat was often unreliable, especially in the South, where logistical hurdles left troops to scavenge locally. To compensate, substitutes like rice and molasses became vital. Cornmeal was sometimes mixed in to bulk up the meal. Molasses, though initially frowned upon as a sugar alternative, became a primary sweetener after Confederate sugar reserves vanished. Its strong, occasionally bitter taste was a tough adjustment, particularly for those used to refined sugar. For many Confederate soldiers, rye and cereal paired with molasses became a grim staple, despite its side effects. Historical records note that this combination, while filling, often caused severe illness. Yet over time, troops grew accustomed to its harsh flavor, a stark reminder of the war's relentless hardships. Coffee substitutes. Coffee was a cherished drink for soldiers on both sides, but shortages forced improvisation. Troops brewed makeshift versions using peanuts, chicory, rye, peas, apples, acorns, dandelion roots, and even sweet potatoes. Confederate General J.E.B. Stuart described a method involving potatoes, sliced, sun-dried, browned, and ground into a coarse powder, then mixed with water to mimic coffee. Real coffee beans were a luxury, especially in the South. In Atlanta, some jewelers used them as faux diamonds in decorative pins. Field-brewed coffee was far from gourmet. Boiled in open kettles, it yielded a murky, bitter drink. Still, it offered warmth and solace amid the chaos of war. Slosh and Slappy-Ack slosh, a hearty camp meal, combined bacon grease, flour, and water into a thick, milk-like mixture. Sometimes beef or crumbled cornbread was added for substance. Cooked down to a paste, it provided lasting energy for marches. A denser variant, Slappy-Ack, resembled a crude pancake when fried. Neither was tasty, but both were lifelines in dire times. Peanut hot chocolate. With chocolate scarce in the South, roasted peanuts were ground into powder, boiled with milk and sugar, and served as a surprisingly decent alternative. This inventive drink offered comfort and a taste of normalcy, showcasing Southern resilience. Improvised tea shortages led soldiers to brew substitutes from black alder, currant, or huckleberry leaves. Sassafras, bark, corn, and bran were also used. Beef tea, simmered beef broth, was served in hospitals but widely loathed for its unappetizing flavor. Milk toast and hardtack. Milk toast, made from hardtack and pricey condensed milk, was a rare luxury. Hardtack, a rock-hard cracker of flour and water, was a dietary staple. Soldiers soaked it in coffee to soften it, joked about its durability, and endured mold or insect infestations when supplies spoiled. Water cakes and ash cakes. Water cakes, made from eggs, flour, and water, were a simple treat. Ash cakes, cornmeal dough cooked in ashes, provided sustenance on the move. Variations like hoe cakes or pone adapted to available tools. Hog and hominy. This southern staple of pork and boiled corn symbolized regional resilience. President Lincoln even cited its abundance as a Confederate advantage, underscoring the Union's strategic focus on disrupting Southern supply lines, like during the Siege of Vicksburg. Rissoles and dried vegetables. Rissoles, fried cakes of meat, fish, or shellfish with breadcrumbs, were a festive rarity. Dried vegetables, though bland, fought scurvy and malnutrition, proving vital for troop health. Salt beef and pork, preserved with salt. These meats were dietary cornerstones. Though tough and fatty, they were reliable protein sources. Soldiers boiled, stewed, or ate them raw with hardtack. Commissary Brazilian stew, U.S. Sanitary Commission advocate James M. Sanderson promoted healthier camp cooking. His Brazilian stew, beef marinated in vinegar, slow cooked with onions, was a nutritious innovation amid wartime deprivation. Watermelon syrup, with sugar and molasses scarce, Southerners boiled watermelon juice into syrup. Alternatives like sorghum and persimmons also sweetened meals, reflecting wartime ingenuity. So, what would you eat to survive? Moldy crackers? Greasy slosh? Or would you rather starve? These desperate meals didn't just fill stomachs, they changed history. And that makes you wonder. What bizarre foods will future generations laugh at us for eating? Will our MREs and protein bars seem just as strange? Drop a comment below. Would you last a week on Civil War rations? Or would you desert faster than a rookie at Bull Run?